One. Welcome back to Deeper Than Stats podcast, presented by K9ology Life Dawg and hosted by yours truly, Kaymon Farmer, mindset and habits coach for scholar athletes. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode as we continue to be on the quest of being life dogs, having a passion and a purpose, being disciplined and accountable, having the courage to overcome any adversity and maximize on the opportunities. All right. And so we also connect with people, and this is what we do. We build relationships. We have created a mindset to be on a mission to do magical things and document our legacy along the way for the next person. And so these are just things that champions do on a daily in all areas of their lives. These are things that today's guest has done throughout his life and career. And I'm so fired up to have this big time guest today, Mr. Miller, native of originally from Fort Worth, Texas, but currently playing at Mount Pleasant High School, Beast, Texas, that is. Miller and we pretty much crossed paths during the 7-on-7 season. And I was like, dang, man, this kid is, he definitely passes the eyeball test, his size and things. And then, I seen something about him talking about the dunk show after every touchdown he scores. And so, I just approached him, with that positive energy, and he showed positive energy back, man. And so let's talk about being on a mission, doing magical things and leaving a legacy. So without further ado, here's Miller. Thanks for joining the show and welcome, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, bro. So if you could just go ahead and start off by giving our listeners some insights into who you are as a person, your background growing up, your past playing experiences, and anything else you would like to add, man.
So I'm from Fort Worth originally. I moved here to East Texas when I was a freshman. Parents had issues, so we split up and stuff, came out here. I've been playing football since I was like, I can't even remember when I started playing. And that sounds cliche and stuff, but like that's real life. Like that's really, I've been had a football, basketball since I was like 2 and stuff, since I could walk. And I mean, the passion just carried on. And like to this day, I just play football because it's just fun. Like I'm getting all this recognition and stuff, but even if I didn't get all this stuff, I'd still be playing because like it's just in my blood to me.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I love that you brought that up. Like, and I talk about this all the time, man. Like I'm not currently playing football right now, but like the things that I learned in football at a very young age, all the way up to high school and college, it still sticks with me today. So I just want you to know, like you've been gaining principles of life through this game of football ever since you was young. And so, unfortunately, I hate you had to go through the experience of your parents not being together. I had to go through that as well. So let's kind of get into like how that maybe had affected you a little bit. And what you see the future of your relationship with your spouse and kids. What does that look like, and what does that mean to you?
Well, I just know that like what that situation put through me is that I just gotta, when I have a kid and stuff, I'm not gonna put them through that type of stuff, because at a young age it's hard growing up without a father, Like I have him in my life, but he's not there for me all the time. So it's like it's hard because a man ain't in your life to really talk to you. Like I got my uncle and stuff. I got my coaches, but it ain't the same as a dad. You know what I'm saying? So when I have my first kid and my wife, I'm gonna be sure to make sure I'm in their life all the time, man. Like,
greatness, man. Greatness. And I don't have kids. I don't have kids right now, but I revert back to those principles of football of just wanting to win every play, wanting to be the best, wanting to not give up when things get hard. Like those same principles is what's going to carry over to your relationships and stuff like that. And so transitioning, we talk about being life dogs and staying in that relentless pursuit of greatness and all that you do. In order to stay in that pursuit, you must have a great foundation built on courage and confidence to create that long-term success. So could you share some of your values you lean on when you face adversity? Maybe it'd be like, remain positive, never give up, think about all the adversity you've already overcome. Like, what are some things that help you face adversity and get over it?
Well, I mean, like, you talking about life adversity or like sports adversity?
And all, yeah. Because usually
Just
it translates over to your life.
Yeah. So like basically, I just go back to what I know. Just the fundamentals of it. I try to remain, positive, hopeful, and let God do His work because it's all up to Him in the long run.
Real talk. I love that. And so, you seem like you're a spiritual guy. Where did that whole background come from? Is it growing up in the Bible Belt, or is it like, something that you just kind of was attracted to yourself?
Well, my family, we don't go to church every Sunday, but we go like every now and then, and I think at a young age, we went quite a bit when I was a kid. And so that just like, I went to a lot of church camps and stuff, and that inspired me and stuff like that. Gotcha. I'm not the most religious man in the world, but like, yeah, I do fall back on my religion at times.
Yeah. And as you get older, you'll learn this, man. It's not necessarily about the religion. I feel like it's more about the spirit. It's more about the like on my background, the universe, because ultimately that's God. Like the universe that we're connected to is God. And so I don't want to get deep into that. But that's definitely a great foundational platform that you have, though. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely great to have religion as some type of foundation. So I love that. And so it's not about just sports. It's about those values that you build from sports and those principles that you build from sports that carry over to your life. And so anybody can apply these values that you're saying, like work hard, remain positive, believe in God, and just know that everything is going to play out how it's going to play out. So I greatly, greatly appreciate you sharing that with us, because someone out there is listening right now, and they may be going through something in their life. And just those little piece of nuggets that you're throwing out like that to give insight of how you're so successful, people are going to take that. And if they apply it to their lives, then they'll be successful as well. So I greatly appreciate you sharing that. So that being said, what has been like during the spring in Mount Pleasant, or let's say at the 7-on-7 tournaments, like just building those relationships, building up your body, building up your mindset for the upcoming season?
Okay, so I'm gonna hit on the 7-on-7 topic first. This spring I built a lot of relationships, like with like Mike Roach, Coach O, and they helped me out get more exposure for the season. Mm-hmm. But along with the spring ball topic, we had a great off season, and as an individual, I feel like I get extremely better. Like my tape speaks wonders on that. It just felt so good being out there, man. Like I don't know, I just feel bigger, stronger, faster, and I just feel like this senior is gonna be just crazy.
Yeah. What did they list you at? Your height and weight?
I'm 6'4.5", 206, 207.
Woo. Yeah, you big out there for real. And you move well, man. You really do. Yeah. Like, I like to look at people like feet for one, and then I like to look at their hips. So like, I want to see if they can catch a slant route and get upfield real quick. And so just watching you, man, like I done seen you like 2 or 3 times now. Like I'll be like, okay, like he really got something. As long as you continue to get flexible, and as long as you continue to get more stronger and faster, like you got a great shot at doing whatever it is you want to do, man. Just based off your size, and you're able to move. So I'm sure you heard that before, man. So let's talk about how important is it to build those relationships? I know you said Coach O and Coach Roach, something like that.
Yeah, Coach Roach. Yeah. He's
okay. Yeah. Let's talk about how important it is for high school athletes to start building relationships now.
Well, it's extremely important to build like freshman year all the way up. You got to build a relationship with your head coach, with all your coaches, really, because your head coach is going to be the one that does everything for you in the long term, like in reality. And then also you got to build those outside relationships with other coaches that could just, because connections are key in life. Like that's how you succeed. You can't be successful if you ain't got no connection. You know what I'm saying? Because like what one person knows, another person might not. Another person's friend might help you. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is to it. So building those connections with other people will really help you. Because like I think I texted Coach O when I got my first offer back in December. I texted Coach O my huddle highlights, and the next day the Kansas coach reached out to me and just called me and offered me. It was that like. It was just like that. That's all connections are. They just help you.
Dang, that's major, man. And like, like you said, man, you never know like who may know someone, and you never
Exactly.
know like what doors they can open up for you. And so, excuse me. So let's talk about like, let's say an introvert, somebody who's maybe shy, but they have the
Yeah.
talent. Like, what are some tips that you can give them on building those relationships? Like, what are some things that you can tell them, like, kind of get out their comfort zone, or just get them to think about if they want to do this or do that, they gotta make connections to get out their comfort zone.
Yeah, they just, I mean, I'm not an introverted character, so I wouldn't know firsthand because I'm pretty extroverted. But yeah, just get out your comfort zone and just go do it. I mean, if that's something you want to do in life, then you got to put that aside and you got to get it done. Because
Yeah.
communicating is just an aspect of life you got to have. Especially if you want to succeed and all that.
Oh, that was a bar right there. That is real talk. That is something that you must have, and even myself, like, I wasn't the best communicator growing up. A lot of times my actions spoke for me, but
Yeah.
I understood I was limiting myself if I couldn't verbally communicate. And so that's a great point, man, because you got to be able to communicate what it is you want to do in life. Because if I walk into a room and I may be fly, I may have a swagger and all, but like if people don't like know what it is that I want to do, if I don't openly communicate that, then it's just gonna be kind of a blank stare in a way. And so if I walk into a room and be like, hey man, I want to own this multi-billion-dollar company, I want to go put other people on and stuff like that. And so it's like, now, okay, now let's see who we can connect this young man to. Because believe it or not, man, and I tell this to my high school students all the time, like successful people want to help other people. Like, believe it or not, like you may think they're busy and this and that, but they want to put other people on. And so that's kind of like a principle that I stand by. It's like giving people a platform, giving them the tools and the values that I've, that has helped me become successful. And then hopefully you do the same. You feel me? So that being said, do you have any sisters or brothers?
Yeah, I got 3 sisters.
3 sisters? Dang, that's crazy. I have 3 sisters as well.
Brother.
One step brother, one step sister. That's what's up. Are they younger or older?
I got 2 older and then 1 younger.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm right in the middle.
Did y'all all grow up together?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're my dogs.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I know I definitely love my little sisters as well and my older sister. And so, that being said, man, I know you're actually in the National Honor Society as well, correct?
Yeah, at my school, yeah.
Yeah, talk about that. Like a lot of times, I was in the National Honor Society as well, but a lot of times athletes, they think, man, I'm not going to get into this and that, like if it's not, dealing with sports. But in reality, like you said, they may need something like that. So could you talk about that experience of being in the National Honor Society?
Yeah, right now I'm in trouble with it because I haven't been doing my community hours, but I was in it. But I mean, it's all about maintaining grades, and that just keeps me on track this year. Like it just kept me, because you got to average like an 85 or above, and I didn't want to get kicked out of it because I didn't want to deal with my mama and she would have got on me. But it just helped me get my grades right, and just a couple community services, like I refed, I helped at some camps, at some youth camps, and it just helped me get involved. Like, even if it wasn't football, it was basketball, but I just wanted to be around sports and help the little kids out. So that's what I did. And I mean, it helped me with my community. Everywhere I go, there's little kids looking at me and stuff. So it feels good being a good role model for my city.
Yeah, man, that's great, man. I'm glad you're involved in that. And like with the reffing, man, like what is it like just kind of like, reffing little kids and just thinking like I was at this point one day, and what are some things that you want to pour into them now?
It's really mine. It's crazy because like I can remember me not like just traveling down the court, not taking no dribble.
Yeah.
But like it's crazy to me because it was just me, and like life go by so fast, and we don't even realize how fast it's going by. But like I just try to help them out, give them pointers, stuff that I wish I knew at that age. Working hard is, everybody say that, but like that really goes a long ways and stuff. And at a young age like that, like I was reffing, 5, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, and like I mean, it's not really much you could tell them. They gonna do whatever they want to, but like the older kids, you could tell them what they do, and they gonna do it, and they gonna work on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think with those like the real young kids, and this is what I would instill in my kids, like, is just have like, go hard. No matter if you're traveling 100 feet, just go hard if you're gonna travel. You feel me? like for real, go hard, have fun at it, be a kid at the end of the day. Because I mean, they ain't really gotten too many worries. So like the last thing I want is to put my kid into something and then they're not going hard at it. You feel me? So that's something I would definitely install into them. And so yeah, man, that's crazy. Because like we have similar experiences. When did you get to East Texas? What
Freshman year. My freshman year.
Okay, yeah, I kind of grew up there, so like, but we still have like similar experiences. And then that's what I tell people. Like, people be like, "Man, you so successful, this and that." I be like, "Bro, like I ain't no better than you. Like, I just kind of got some principles. I stood by those principles. I know hard work and just being where I'm supposed to be at all times is like that's definitely something that I stand by. And so that being said, man, let's talk about the whole like your mom holding you accountable, like with your grades and anything else you would like to add as far as her holding you accountable.
My mom, she just stay on me. I love her, but she stay on me, man. And we always get into it because we're the same person. But I love her. She always makes sure I'm doing the right thing. Right now she's stressing about me because she think I'm gonna go far for college and stuff like that. But I can't really leave my mom. She been in my life all 17 years I've been on this earth, and I don't know what I'd do without her. She my rock for real.
That's smooth, man. I definitely understand where you're coming from. My mom, she played a huge role in my life, having me at like 15 years old and still being able to like do what she did and still demonstrate, great things in her life. So that's great that you honor your mom, man. Continue to do that as well, and never forget, who really is your rock. No matter how much money you may make, how big you may get, like, really, really understand that and just have that sticking with your core. And so, yeah, man, that being said, you have anything else you would like to add before I ask the last question?
Just, kids working with adversity, just like keep pushing, keep going, it'll get better. Like my freshman year, I think I was running a 5.140 and I was so slow and I was trash. But like I just kept working at it, and things get better. I promise you things get better. And you just gotta put your faith in God and just keep pushing, keep going, and you'll get there.
Real talk. What who's an athlete that you look up to? And I'm talking deeper than sports. Like who's somebody that you admire, like, dang man, like, he's setting the tone for what I want in my life, or she's setting the tone.
Well, number one, it's got to be, the dude I watched all throughout my childhood, and that's Kobe Bryant. Okay. I just like his mentality, bro. Like he just wanted to kill everybody that got on that court with him. It was different. And then like receiver wise in the NFL, it's got to be second off, it's got to be LeBron. I'm not a LeBron fan, but I like what he's doing off the court.
Yeah.
He's always, pushing like equal rights and all that type of stuff. And he's like the activist for the NBA almost. But then like receiver wise, I like Julio Jones, a big receiver that can run and catch the ball. You don't see that much. So he's an animal. And that's what I model my game after.
I love it, man. I love it. And I know, just want to speak on all three of those. I've seen where you made some Julio Jones catches and Julio Jones runs, like, and you go dunk the goalpost afterwards. That's where that's what gets me. I'm like, okay, like he's not only a dog, but he know how to put on a show. He know how to be entertaining as well. So that's a great thing. And as far as LeBron, man, like I remember when LeBron first got in the league, man, I used to have these scrapbooks and this and that, and just thinking about that, man, like he's maintained that success and got better and better. And we're talking off the court as well. Like, he's been married for I don't know how long to his high school sweetheart. He's never really been in trouble. Like, you don't really see too many people in the limelight like that never get in trouble with anything. And so with him, being like the activist, like you're saying, building these schools and this and that, man, I think that is amazing. And I think me personally, I think he's the greatest ever beyond just sports, greatest athlete ever beyond just sports. I don't think it's too many compared, to what he's doing.
What he never gets in trouble. I just looked at that. He ain't never got in trouble.
Yeah, he never really got in trouble. So it's like, how can you hate on the man? Like, he never really got in trouble, maintained his whole success, has been compared to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant his whole life. As you're at your age, like think of a 17-year-old, 18-year-old compared to the greatest in the world. Like, how can you not let that go to your head? So it's like, I really admire him a lot more when I really sit back and think about all the things like that. And Kobe, man, like you said, Kobe, like he just had that killer instinct. And so I think a lot of athletes have that killer instinct. And I think what's hard for us, because I have that as well. What's hard for me is off of the court, off of the field, not trying to kill people. Because you still have that mentality of like, man, I just want mine. I got to go for mine. Like, how has that affected your life? How do you turn that switch on and off as far as like when to turn that killer mindset on and when to turn it off and know it's about, it's bigger than you?
Man, personally, hold on. Hey, if someone calling me, does it hang up the Zoom call?
Nah, you straight.
Okay, I can answer it.
Yeah, you can answer it.
All right.